Last week in FUT Champs I got 8 wins, and today I'm going to show you how I've got more, as well as making some trades to show you how I can get coins on this poor man road to glory. If you're new around here, do make sure you hit the subscribe and like, because we're doing a weekly road to glory as well as FUT updates in shorts. But you can see I have changed up my team quite a lot, and I have been climbing the rivals ranks, and I have a speed run of FUT Champs. But without further ado, let's get into the episode. So I did do some trading last week, but those investments didn't pay off. But I did find a player called Justin who, for the silver tournament, was going, and I actually probably sold about 50 of him. So I had a lot to be able to do with my team. But before I even did that, I had my division rivals rewards, which didn't go so well. I ended up only getting Kachawi and Rolfo tradable, as well as opening the packs, getting in for Maguire and Pina, who I could sell. So I kind of knew that I had to change up my team and do something drastic for FUT Champs. So the first major change that I made apart from the team was actually changing to a 4-5-1. I saw this tactic quite a lot online and thought, why not give it a try? So in terms of the play style, I was just running 4-5-1 with a balanced build up and a high defensive line, which is very typical. But in terms of the player roles, again, it was quite similar. But I think the key thing here is the three midfielders that you've got. You've got a deep line playmaker, a box-to-box, and a playmaker. So really in that deep line playmaker, you want someone who's going to be good defensively and can also pass. Then someone on the box-to-box, Loftus-Cheek Evo, he's very quick, strong, and kind of do it all. And then your playmaker should be that technical player. In terms of the wingers as well, we've got pace on each side, but they're inside forwards and all on balance. And then defence is very standard, just with your defenders on defend, and then your fullbacks on balanced as well. In terms of the striker as well, you also run an advanced forward, which is pretty normal at this point as well. So what I really liked about this formation is there was always an overload in midfield. Most people are running 4-2-1-3, which means that you usually have a midfielder spare or an option to go straight to the striker because you've got that extra man. It meant playing out from the back as well was very easy. You could always find a way to go forward. But I think especially what made it good in an attacking sense was that your inside forwards would stay in that striker position if your striker would move out. And that always created an overload and a good opportunity to score. I think the other big change that I made was shoring up the defence. So I got Pacho and Marquinhos. I think I've seen these guys online everywhere and how good they are, and they really were. So Marquinhos has Intercept Plus as well as Anticipate and some other play styles. I think Jockey. He's got pace at the back with 78, 89 defending, 80 physical. And then you've got Pacho, who's got 80 pace, 86 defending, 86 physical, with Bruiser, Anticipate and Jockey as well. So these two were actually unbelievable defensively, and I think stopped me from conceding a lot of goals. I had Balde at left back as well. I did get him in reward, so now he's first owner. But he is just basically an overpowered option to also link with Pina. And then Llorente, who's I think I bought for 50k. He's definitely one of the better right backs. There was times where I preferred Frimpong for pace reasons, but aside from that, overall, Llorente actually did get a couple of goals and some assists, but defensively was a solid option too. So what I really like about this defence, you can see here Marquinhos with the intercept, is not only do they have the pace defensively to cover, which you'll see here with Pacho going in behind and just cutting out and keeping up with Yamal, but they also have the quality to be able to play and build out from the back. You can see a couple of instances here where I do cover defensively and then I can play these quick passes to spring the counter-attack. So the other big changes that I made was bringing in João Neves, who was first owner for me, and Vitinha. They both have tiki-taka, which makes build-up incredibly easy going forward. Ruben Loftus-Cheek also has that as well. So all three of my players have tiki-taka, which means I can build up very quickly. And then I also brought in Nico Williams, who has rapid and finesse shot on, so it makes scoring very easy. For me, this was one of the biggest changes. I had an overload in midfield, and you'll see in the build-up that it really makes the difference. So what you see here is Nico Williams cutting in, and essentially this is what I was doing quite a lot, but that one-time pass from João Neves with tiki-taka, I scored so many goals like this with Leao. As well as that, you can see the build-up very quick. Again, Leao cutting in. It was just always an overload there. And that was the thing that I noticed, these fast passes with the team, I was able to create chances really quickly. And something else that was nice as well was, in terms of the build-up, there's always a spare player. So you could see there, it's easy to get out of trouble and gives you a good opportunity to move away from dangerous situations. So how did this FUT Champs go? I started off 4-1, which was pretty good. I then went to 6-1 and kept getting better, but then I did lose 2 on the bounce and it ended up 7-3. But overall, I did end up finishing with Champs 1. I believe it was 10 wins, which is pretty good, and got some decent rewards this time, which is quite nice to see. So we'll jump into what I did get. I did make a bit of a mistake here because I forgot to record them, but I got Teller, Inform Maguire, Inform Sane, and nothing else to really shout about apart from James. So I'm able to sell those. My coin balance is about 160k with the team I've got. So make sure you do subscribe and let me know what you think of the series so far. But I would really implement these changes. Change to a 4-5-1. Look for those tiki-taka midfielders so you can improve them in your team and get a better rank in FUT Champs next week. I've been Jack Wobb. Peace out.